Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Why isn't the Batman part of the DC Extended Universe, the DCEU? I'm sure you've read article after article, YouTube video after YouTube video explaining how dramatically how the Batman is not part of the DCEU because thus that reason. Right. Originally, we were going to get the Batman movie in the DCEU without Matt Reeves. It was going to be starring, written and directed by Ben Affleck. For one reason or the other, that didn't happen at first. Ben stepped down as director. So WB went to Matt Reeves, of all people, to simply direct the movie. Not have any say-so or anything on the narrative of the movie, just direct Ben Affleck's vision for Batman. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Matt coming in, right, with Ben Affleck, kind of a concise opinion on what his film should be, right? Whose film is it? Ben Affleck's, Matt Reeves? Problem number one. Matt wouldn't have got through this movie. He would have walked away and Affleck would have had to have finished the movie himself. So anyone who knows anything about Matt Reeves and the kind of creative and man he is knows that he's a leader. We were discussing that this morning on the DCEU Daily Live. So there was no way that was going to happen. Secondly, so why isn't Matt Reeves the Batman part of the DCEU? Well, because he's got brains, because he knows the DCEU's a clusterfuck. Just look at the franchise, still hobbling on. That doesn't mean I'm a hater of the DCEU. I love the franchise and I love the films, warts and all. It's not about that. But for a creative, it's a clusterfuck. Someone as talented as Matt Reeves and with a great reputation isn't going to say, yeah, I know, I'll direct Ben Affleck. I know, I'll direct my own movie and put it in this DCEU. Matt's clever. Matt basically walked away when they said you're going to direct another man's vision and have no say-so over it. He walked away straight away. But when he made certain demands, he wanted it in his own universe. He wanted his own vision. He wanted to create his own DC universe. They said yes, because it's Matt Reeves and he's a genius. And the proof of the pudding, everyone, is always in the eating. And we've had the pudding, which is the Batman movie, and it's a genius take of Batman. So faithful to the source material. It's emotional. It's compelling. It's only a first chapter. And you know, this is a situation like the MCU in a way where he's left so many Easter eggs and so many clues about future spin-offs and sequels. So it's absolute genius. It's a great movie and they were right to give him this freedom. But to be fair to them, they did see who they were dealing with and they gave him that freedom and they allowed him to do mostly whatever he wanted. And so that is the simple reason why the Batman isn't part of the DCEU. This gives them so many outs if the DCEU fails this year. It's a huge year for the DCEU. 3 movies, one of those movies, The Flash, rebooting the entire franchise. It's a 50-50 thing, right? You could throw a ball in the air and you could catch it and it's a success, right? The cricketer may bat it so high and it may go over your control and you may drop it. They may either catch the ball or drop the ball with the DCEU this year. But unlike previous times, if they drop the ball this time, the DCEU is dead and it's all about Matt Reeves' franchise, which I may speak a little bit later on more on this because I think it's an interesting situation for Matt. We see the qualities of Matt Reeves, not just as a writer, a director, a creative, but the way the fans have taken him to their hearts, like MCU fans have taken Kevin Feige to their hearts. Kevin Feige isn't perfect. He's made some mistakes, including with the Incredible Hulk character and lots of other things. But he is a genius and he has put something amazing together because the landscape of films have changed. When I was young, when I was growing up, there were no Easter eggs, you know, because most films were original and not reboots. They were just there. You enjoyed them, you went home, you waited so they could come on VHS or you'd record them off the telly and you'd enjoy them again. And now with these extended universes like the MCU, like the DCEU, like Matt Reeves' universe, it's about going to watch and enjoying a movie and enjoying it whenever you want. But also there's more to it, because there's Easter eggs, and Kevin Feige says this, and Matt Reeves says this, and there's this Easter egg, and there's a Hush Easter egg, and this and that. Even when I'm having my live discussions, I can see the excitement of you lot, knowing that there's a Hush Easter egg, and there's that Easter egg, and that, and this could happen, and that could happen, and you tell me what villains you want to see in the spin-offs and sequels. That's part of going to see a movie today. Kevin Feige started that, where you see an Easter egg and you start having theories and you get excited about the future. That's what entertainment is today. It brings a more interactive feeling when you're watching a movie, and Feige was clever to initiate this, and Matt Reeves is another person creative in this kind of mentality. So people watching the Batman are not just watching a film, they're seeing Easter eggs of comics, Easter eggs for future iterations of this Matt Reeves universe, because the man's a genius and he's accessible to the public. And I spoke about this morning. So that is why it's not part of the DCEU. It's not a very dramatic decision. It's not rocket science. This man wanted to do something of his very own. And you don't say to someone like Matt Reeves, direct Ben Affleck's movie and don't have any creative control over it. That's why he walked. I remember the breaking news. Matt Reeves walks away, talks with Matt Reeves to do a Batman movie, break down. I think most of us remember that. And they could have allowed him to keep on walking. But they understood what they had in Matt Reeves. So to the people who spoke to him at the time, which probably was not Ben Affleck, but Jeff Johns, credit to you. Credit to you, because this is very important now. Because without Matt Reeves, if the DCEU fails, they have to start again. And what do they do? Who do they go with? So what's great now is that Matt Reeves has shown he knows exactly what he's doing. He's accessible to the public. And if the DCEU fails, we've still got the Matt Reeves kind of Batman DC extended live action universe. And that's important, because there's no guarantees with the DCEU. Yes, I'm excited for these 3 DCEU projects. I'm hoping, beyond hope, and it is emotion that I hope they do well. But I don't know. You don't know whether you want them to succeed or not. You don't know what's going to happen. I want the DCEU to succeed, and I want the Matt Reeves universe to succeed. Well, the Matt Reeves universe is going to succeed because Matt Reeves is who he is. So they have this plan B in Matt Reeves now, and it works, and it's perfect. So I think if they were just left with him, it wouldn't be a big deal. Also, as I've said before, Discovery is coming. Things are going to change very, very quickly. We've already seen it with Gotham PD. They've gone very quiet on these 2 Superman projects as well. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But that is why Matt Reeves, the Batman, isn't part of the DCEU. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Nick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I'll see you again in the next video. Till then, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. See you again soon.